Sitting in the broadcast booth here with head coach Eric Evans II. And, Coach, right off the top, historic win for the program, a culture-type win, I believe, for the program. This is only the fourth time that a Cumberland team has defeated Georgetown. It is the first time that it has happened since 2021. And this is coming off 10 days ago when you lost to this team 99-66. Almost led wire to wire. They had a brief 1-point lead early in the game, got up by as many as 17, made it interesting down the stretch, but in the end, free throws sealed the deal, and you come out with the win against the number 3 team in the country.
For sure, which will be the number 1 team on Wednesday. So, you know, for us, I just wanted everybody to understand, like, certain things that I tell them guys, I tell them all the time, man, we can be one of the best teams in this conference, but you got to get off the roller coaster. You gotta set a certain standard. And I'm proud of our guys because they didn't feed into the BS. You know, 3 technicals tonight, which was, you know, mind blowing to me. But, you know, you gotta tip your cap off to our guys, man. I mean, 8 turnovers compared to us turning it over 21 times against them. You know, and then, you know, for them, you know, 9 assists to 13 turnovers. So, you know, for us, it was a big deal. Now, they had some guys go down in the game, you know, that definitely contributed. But at the same time, man, I love my team. I love everything about them, the highs and the lows. I'm always going to be there for them regardless. And I made it my mission before the year started. I said, I'm going to double my win total, and we've done it so far. So, hey, we're here, and hopefully we can continue going into Freed-Hardeman on Thursday, which will be another tall task with probably a top 10 team in the country again.
Well, you talking about Freed-Hardeman, you go back 11 days, and we were able to defeat them, so that's 2 top 3 wins in an 11-day span. It's really this team that you've put together is capable of beating anybody. And tonight they proved it, and they did it in a impressive way tonight. 53 points in the first half. It was all about the offense in the first half. They didn't play as well offensively in the second half, but down the stretch made the plays when they needed to. We got to start, I think, here with Jalen Anglin. 27 points, but 6 out of 6 at the free throw line and 4 crucial free throws at the end of the game.
For sure. I mean, he's the offensive player of the week for a reason. I mean, coming off a game where he had 30, you know, and man, I told you, man, it's a luxury to have those type of guys. You know, I've been blessed in my coaching career to coach a bunch of guys that put the ball in the hole, whether it goes back to Jalen Duke my first year, to Tavon King for the next 2 years, and then getting Demarius Boyd and also having Jordan Stevens when he was here, his All-American year. So, you know, for us, it talks about the work. Now, you know, it's highs and lows that come with it, you know, but guys are going to be guys, and sometimes you got to let your dudes be dudes. That's what it has to be.
Got to ask you about Q Martin. He's only in his 2nd game here tonight, but he has played really well in his limited minutes, has 9 points in this one. Had a bad turnover there at one point, but thought he was really good in this game in the moments he was in there.
For sure. I mean, this was his style of game. You know, he went to Columbia State, Columbia Central graduate as well for high school. And first off, Q Martin was one of the top scorers in the state of Tennessee coming out in 2021. So for me, actually, he might have been 2022, whenever Tristan got here. But all in all, what it boiled down to is, you know, he's been here since Christmas, and he's put in the work. And he said, you know, it was when we went to Georgetown, I wanted to put him in, but, you know, something happened. Somebody left him off the books, and we couldn't play him. He said, Coach, I'm going to be ready for him when I get my opportunity. And, I mean, by golly, he was. He was ready to go, and, you know, he took no prisoners. So, I'm proud of him, man. But this isn't for just this group of guys. And I said this at half. I said, how do you want to send Demarius Boyd out? He never beat Georgetown. You have an opportunity to do that now. And, you know, it's still bitter. It's a bitter taste. You know, the last 3 times that I've been to Georgetown and coached against them, 2 of them were blowouts, and the other one we lost a 27-point lead. So, you know, it's bitter. But at the same time, I think we've done a really good job at protecting our home court. So, you know, I'm proud of our guys, and I can't really say enough about them. This was a collective effort, and you just got to love it, man. Even the highs and lows, we're here.
Boy, it was a fun one to be a part of. Got a little too interesting down the stretch, but regardless, held on to the lead at the very end. Congratulations on a historic win tonight, Coach. I'll let you go so you can go hang out with some of those players down there.
Well, let me say this one last thing. All right, so the last time that we played, when we played Freed here, I got a flurry of text messages from former players, and I talked to Jeremy Lewis this morning, and we were just basically talking about, man, what you did that day, like it was big time. But on top of that, for so many guys to reach back out to our program and want to be a part of this, man. For me to see Tyler Bird in the gym right now, these are the wins that he never got to be a part of. So, for us, I'm just glad that we can do it in front of our home floor. Would love to go get another one on Thursday.
Boy, I tell you, Tyler Bird was part of some of the most wins.
That's your line, ain't it?
Bucket, baby.
Love you, man.
Love you too, brother. That is head coach Eric Evans II. What a win for the program. Let's quickly give you these stats before we wrap things up. We're going to start with Georgetown, just their second loss of the season. Jaquavius Franklin, 38 points, 12 of 21, 4 of 8 behind the arc, 9 of 10, 38 points. It's 37 points in 38 minutes. He does it incredibly efficiently, too. Absolutely incredible outing by him. Andres Burney finishes with 19 and 14, a double-double for him. So their two leading scorers were actually off the bench. Jabarian Spikes with 13, Darren Lewis with 6, Gavin Stevens with 3, Hunter McCutcheon with 9, and Scotty Browning with 2. As a team, they were 31 out of 64 for 48%, 8 of 22 behind the arc for 36%. They were phenomenal at the free throw line, 19 out of 21 for 90%. For Cumberland, two different guys with 27 points apiece. Demarius Boyd played every single minute of the game. 27 for him to go along with 3 steals, 4 assists, and 0 turnovers in 40 minutes of play. Jalen Anglin, 27 points on 9 of 12 shooting, 6 of 6 in clutch free throws down the stretch. Also, 2 rebounds and assists, a steal, and only 1 turnover in 36 minutes of play. How about Keyshawn Robinson, 7 points and 7 rebounds in 40 minutes of play. Tristan Conger saddled for a while with foul trouble, but came in finishing with 12 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. Off the bench, Q Martin was fantastic. He finished with 9, 4 for Riggs Abner, 3 for Nick Bernetti. Joshua Johnson also finishes with 3. Only 8 turnovers in the ballgame for Cumberland. That was huge for them down the stretch. As a team, 36 of 67 for 53%. Behind the arc, 5 of 15 for 33%, and at the free throw line, 15 of 19. This series, like I said earlier, dates all the way back to 1999. In the first 35 meetings, Cumberland was 3 and 32. Well, now after this one, they are 4 and 32, but you're only as good as your last one. So Cumberland with a massive win to keep them in that upper echelon in the Mid-South Conference standings with only 3 games to go. Cumberland on the road for the next 2 at Freed-Hardman, at Receiving Votes Cumberland's, and then back at home to host Receiving Votes Lindsey Wilson. What a conference we play in here in the Mid-South. Your final, once again, 92-89. Cumberland is a winner here at home against the Tigers of Georgetown. For Sports Information Director Kyle Allen, for in-house producer Thomas Denny, Athletic Director, color commentator Ron Pavin, I am John Boyce. Thank you so much for tuning in. And, of course, for Preston Martinez producing back at the radio station. Thank you, sir. Make sure y'all listen to him the rest of the week from 3 to 6 in the afternoon on your drive home. What a win here at the Dallas Floyd Phoenix Arena. We'll talk to you again on Thursday.